The curse has been lifted, the land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping and yes sir, no sir, rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. Neither of us expected the prison bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away. The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and this would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison. With his help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes? You will not have long to wait, but sleep is not for you.
The reckoning is upon us! The city thirsts for domination. March! Join power.
We're under attack. Help me.
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in danger.
A mind flayer. God's damned abomination.
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me. You saved a child from a viper back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Soul from her soul cage. You let me live last time you were here, though it brought Blackith's wrath upon you. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me. The God. Destroy the God. They prevent me from subduing their master. Do it now! Together, we can turn the tide. Thank you. That was too close. Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer, yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
By the living gods. No more visions, no more lies. I expect answers. Now.
It was necessary. Rare are those that would openly consider a partnership with a mind flayer. Even those who are on a path of becoming one. I was someone once. Someone just like you. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate. Though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance, I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure, to a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call me Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become. Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader of the Githyanki. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, Vlaakith wanted his power. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control. No. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the Astral Prism. The moment I found it, I felt a change, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prism was for. While my body was within the prism's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You. That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Illithid, a sworn enemy, just like me. I'm glad you think so. I agree. But there is one thing that you have that I do not. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change. I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course. And you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss.
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment.
I felt that. It's your nature. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
Wave of disappointment, stronger than any you've ever felt.
You are not ready yet. Keep hold of it then, until you are. It has enough vitality to further your evolution, and your allies. You'll be more inclined to try it when you see more of what our enemy can do. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The Brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the Brain, and bring it under our control.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past, being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shah's...
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you...
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed. Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere.
What? Who was that man?
You already know.
My father. That was him.
That is him.
No. It can't be.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman.
My parents. I need to save them.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. You have been forewarned for what is to come. But not yet forearmed. I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain.
Your parasite communes with Lae'zel's.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. It is not the Geich visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, long ago, when we rose up against our gay slavers, Mother Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons, the first Vlakith of many. It is Vlakith 157 whom my people now call Queen. Orpheus is Gith's only son. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle, or so the Varshas teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us. Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps. We meet Voss in the city, and we obtain the key to freeing Orpheus from his prison. Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is.
Gods. A mind flayer's been getting their tentacles all over our dreams this whole time. I'm really not sure about putting any trust at all in this. I've got my eyes on the Emperor.
Oh. Nice as it is, she still doesn't have the best hair in the camp.
We both know what it is capable of, but I'm not touching it. I remember how it hurt when I turned into a vampire. My body writhed and warped while I was utterly helpless. The grip of death owned my heart as it beat its last. I don't want to turn into anything else. I can't do that again. I can't watch my body be taken over. It isn't about the pain, it's about being beholden to the tadpole's influence. I am not. I just don't want to lose my God's given good looks, really. Wouldn't that be a crime? I'm really not sure. Damn it. Damn you. All right. I'll do it.
Life pulses from within. The parasite's thoughts whisper at the edge of your mind. It wants to share itself with you. It wants to be let in.
Go on. Don't be afraid. It only wants to help you evolve. What are you?
The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
I suppose, if it works. But if you had opened your mind to it, rather than consuming it, your allies could have taken advantage of its power as well.
Baldur's Gate is right over the hills. And so is Cazador. Cazador and his rite of profane ascension. A grand ceremony to honor one exalted vampiric master, to place him in a position of such esteem. The world will yearn to kneel and offer their necks. We will kill him, but there's more to it. If the time comes and I can stay one move ahead of him, I'll take his place before his blood can hit the floor. Let's find out more about the ritual before we waltz into Cazador's front door. If we track down my old comrades, the other spawn, we may discover more and be finely positioned for yours truly to ascend. My, you sweetheart. Then there isn't a moment to waste. If we don't find my brethren, they'll find us, likely with bared fangs. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk. Unless Cazadors change their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town.
Incredible to be back. My home. My city. Baldur's Gate is where I first raised a glass in toast at the tender age of 14. And it's where the flaming fist chased me after I'd stolen a peach from a cart in the wide. It's where my father taught me to hold a rapier. It's been 7 years since I left. It's no paradise, but it's home, and it's worth saving. And you? The city's yours too, after all. How's it feel to be back? Give it time. It's a city of many colors. Let them wash over you. Expeditions to the continent of Mastika gather in the harbor. Voices raised in song on returning day. The heady whines at the elf song. There's truly no place like Baldur's...
Worm's Crossing. The gaping maw of the city. Nature has little control over what happens beyond that bridge. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.